Microphone check. 1, 2. Microphone check. Microphone check. 2, 1, 2. Please forgive me for the noise. Let me for the long introduction. Let me check my. Let me check the stream and make sure that everything is okay audio-wise. Peace and love, y'all. Let me just do an audio check. I never do a mic check. Y'all know me. It's been a while. Peace and love. Peace and love. I had a message from my cousin earlier. He said he saw an update on my true ancestry. And I'm curious. Let's see how this stream is going. And I'm curious. Okay, my audio is fine. Perfect. Peace and love, y'all. It's been a minute. Let's cut this music down some. Let it mix in the background. I hope all is well. Peace and love. It's been a minute since I've been streaming. My energy has been so all over the place, but I am grateful for the opportunity to be able to jump on here as I please. Peace and love to Cousin Hassan. I'm so glad I saw your message on Threads. I saw your update. And I'm sitting here eating me a salad. And I'm going to do some DNA diving. I think the audio is okay. If you haven't seen any issues or any issues, drop it in the chat. Let me know where you're viewing from. I hope you're staying cool. If you're celebrating, I hope you're in a safe environment. And if you know me, you know I do not celebrate the food. For my own personal reasons, I won't go on and on about it. We all have personal choices to align ourselves with what we choose and to stand firm on what we believe in. I am not seeing my comment on the screen. Let me see. Oh, I see it. Okay, so it's not working on my, not seeing it on my laptop, but that is fine. Sending love to Catherine and our channel moderator, Karima. I don't know what is going on. I am now on the Motorola network, which does not communicate with iPhones. So it's been a little frustrating for me to communicate with some of you. So if you have been texting me and I have not been responding, it is not intentional. I am on a different network that refuses to communicate with iMessage. So please email me at ancestrbranch@gmail.com or our subtitle email, shelfinthe block@gmail.com, and I will make sure to get back with you. So let's go over here to my true ancestry. I just uploaded my kit. It's not my newest kit. I want to say, let's see. Ancestry did an update. I have 3 kits. Ancestry, and 23andMe. Or is it Ancestry? Yeah. Excuse me. The recent updates on the DNA sites are giving you new data, raw data. I don't know how new it is. I'm assuming the data is the same, just how they're reading it is getting upgraded, which makes total sense to me. So I'm going to go into my kit. I didn't add anybody else's kit except for what was already in the queue. If you work with my true ancestry, you know how annoying it is to remove kits, add kits. It is very time consuming. The higher your level, the more access to DNA kits you can add. And the more you add, the longer the process it is for it to set up. So we're going to wait. I'm not using Cousins. I'm using my account right now. I think I'm level, what level am I? I haven't been on So I can't remember. Level 10 if she has not upgraded it even higher by now. But the thing with that most my true ancestry users know, the higher the level, and going back that far just isn't conducive to the research that I do specifically. Not to say it's not valuable, but for the research that I do specifically, it's just not worth polluting the ancestry pool with the ancestors of the ancestors' ancestors. It makes the work a little hard, but it is beautiful to see the ancestors of the ancestors of our ancestry, if that makes sense. If you know, you know. So yeah, there's a lot of DNA kits. Let's start here. Matter of fact, I may need to let me reshare my. Let me stop this share, and I'm going to reshare it full screen because if I use a menu, you won't see it if I'm only sharing one window. So what I want to do is share screen, but I want to share the entire screen, add the audio. Yes. So this is going to look a little icky until I get back to, I want to make sure it's actually picking up my entire screen so that you can see the menus. If I don't share the entire screen, the menu is like a ghost. You won't see it. Okay, so it's active now. So I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go here. Yeah. So where I want to start to kind of dig in is in this list. Ooh, yes, they did. Cousin was right. Look, can you see that list? I'm actually doing a live viewing. Yep, the list came up. If I only share screen, this list will not show up. So sharing the entire page. Wow. Yeah, they have definitely added more samples. This sample, African Labor Colonial Mexico San Jose de los Naturales Royal Hospital, SJN003. So this is definitely new. I kind of want to go through this list. Let's do it. That is new. Ancient Ethiopia, interesting. It's been a while. Carthenogen. I may be able to use the PCA tool, your kits, with this carthenogen. Okay, Avery Rest. They're leaving out the Europeans in Avery Rest. They still have not added them. Okay, that's fine. Oh, wow. There's a lot of new. He's right. Cousin was right. Thank you, Cousin Hassan. He was so correct. They have updated and added new samples. So here's our Catoctin Furnace enslaved ancestors here. And I want to see I-15342 is still missing from the list. I-18088 is still missing from the list. So they're getting smarter at removing certain kits so we don't have access to them, but that's okay. There's Zaina's son quit. He's been here for a while. Okay, liberated slave trade victims. Rupert's Valley. I may actually add some of those kits at a later date and kind of dive into them. Ooh, Al-Andalus Sub-Saharan. I've never seen this before. Medieval. Okay. Oh, so I'm going through my whole deep dive list over. There goes the Philadelphia cholera victim, who to me and my research is related to Maryland's ancestors at Catoctin. Oh, they added three of these now. I think it was the West African leopard is in the list now. Okay. All right. And this list will change according to who is in your queue. And this lane, this list here is what I call the queue. So my kit is the only one that's actually updated in here, and I just did not feel like going through here and deleting all these kits because if you know, you know. It's a long process. So where do I even want to start? Let's just start at the tippity top. And y'all forgive me, I'm going to be crunching on this salad. My nervous system reset is real. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay, this is mad small. Let's see, what do I have to do? I think when you go up, the words get even smaller. Let's just leave it at 100. Okay, well, I can say for one, this definitely looks different. And let me just give a disclaimer. My true ancestry does not give you your most recent ancestors. DNA research and your genealogy does that. DNA debunks anyone related by non-blood measures, which happens. Like myself, I'm adopted. My legal tree will never give you my blood relatives because I'm legally not related to them. But it does not erase my DNA. This looks different to me. These are the ancestors of my ancestors' ancestors. This is going all the way back as far as they will permit us to dig in. So, okay. This is interesting. Some of these I've never seen before. I'll name them Yoruba peoples. 59.3%. Now, these numbers are not saying that my DNA is 59.3% Yoruba peoples. What it is saying is my DNA is pulling from wherever, however, 59.3% of their listed Yoruba peoples. It's a very controlled, key. It does not give you the end all be all to my ancestry. It's only according to the DNA samples that this program has. That is very important to always know and to always remember. This is not giving you my correct breakdown of my ancestry. This is just comparing my DNA to their collection, not God's collection, but their specific collection of data. So we got the Yoruba peoples. I think when I click it, it should cross it out. Oh no, we don't want to do that. I think it will reset the page. Okay, they changed that doing it. I used to cross them out one by one, and then it would show more of these smaller ones. Like these, that's a lot of them right there. I get more 0.15%. Gancha is 0.19%. As per the DNA samples that they have, which these numbers are going to change. Mercurian, wow, ancient Malawi foragers. Cushitic pastoralists. I think this is, I'm about to say Bantu, East African hunter-gatherers, Shumlaka, Yorukoisan. What is this? Swahili Coast. Interesting that I have so many of this. Interesting that I connect to this 19.7% of their listings. Oh wow, even my error breakdown changed. This kind of reminds me on 23andMe where they break down your ancestors by centuries. I kind of like that. Okay, this has definitely changed for me. Good job, cousin. It's definitely changed for me. Some, not surprising at all. Shumlaka, yeah, this used to just say Yoruba and Khoisan and Bantu. It never had these two down here, Swahili and Shumlaka. So that's definitely a difference. Ancient Berbers. I'm actually excited to see some new lineage PDF report example user now available with all. Yeah. Ancestral summary. That's where we are. Ancient sample matches. Upload top matching samples. Here we go. I would like them to hide the faces. It's so disrespectful. I will never get used to them using so insensitive and disrespectful. Yeah, this salad is so good. Oh my goodness, it kicked me off. Here we go. So I'm waiting for this to open up again. Okay, we want to go to ancient sample matches. Sample results loading. Now, this list is going to give me ancient samples that my DNA is pulling to the yard. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. My DNA brings all these ancient relatives to my yard. That is how that works. If I was a European, this list would not look like this. There would be a list starting with European ancestry closest to mine. So, what do we have here? I15333. Kataktin. And then we have some more ancient 950 AD, 820 AD, Al-Andalus Sub-Saharan. Now, this is new for me. Al-Andalus, when I hear that, I think of Moor. Not Moorish, but Moor. They give it map locations. I want to see the information. All right. Closest ancient would be Yoruba, Swahili Coast, Khoisan, Shumlaka. Closest modern populations, which modern populations are Elemba, Mandinka. Similar samples to 950 AD. I wonder where is this burial at? I see a research link. We'll see what it gives to us. So the African laborer in 1454, which is what? What's the D-Day? 1492, right? So this is pre the European story they want to talk about. We all know that Europeans were over here slaving from Spain into Portugal. It did not start with the Germans, the German and Great Migration in the 1500s. It started way before that. So when people say Africans didn't get here to 1619, I can't really take them serious, like at all. This kid here, African laborer, colonial Mexico, San Jose de los Naturales Royal Hospital, 1454 AD. I may have to add this one to the queue and do some digging in there. Haplogroups. See what comes up for L3. That's me. Or L. I know I'm L. I can't remember which one. Look, Mercury and Nubia. I don't know. Can you even see that? It's so damn small. E1B1. Not surprising. Research link. Is there one? Making sure you're not a bot. No, duh. Okay, so this is the report. I will have to get it. Last updated October 8th, 2025. Created. Oh, this is new. Struck by pestilence and investigating the ancient pathogen landscaping within and across archaeological sites using. Okay, so visit for this publication. So how do I get this record? Diversity and Health of Medieval Islamic Ibiza, unveiling North African, European, and Sub-Saharan ancestries. Can I download this? Where is it? Export. Let's see, can I get it? Oh, Lord. How do I get it? Link to record. I don't see where I can download it. And thesis. Genetics and genomics. I don't know how to get in here. I may not even have access. This looks like a foreign site. Let's go back. Let's close this. It's not giving me. What is this saying? Map locations. Usually it gives you like, usually it gives you like a wording of descriptive, like a description of the actual sample in the site. And did they remove that? Okay, I wanted a description. I'm not ready to get it, so let's just keep moving. There's AWS popping up. There's so much I need to do with that data. But they don't give me access to the Europeans because they were enslaved. So it's like working backwards. This list still kind of looks. See, this is a new person. Let's see what they give me. Yeah, it's not giving me any description. Listen. Oh, you see that green circle? That's when you get. See, they're smart. That's when you get the written commentary. They won't give us the written commentary, which I can always reverse. What I do is I take this title and I take this year and I reverse lookup. I look up from that data And I find everything online that I can about it, which is a process. But that's how I work around. I call it gatekeeping because there's no excuse for any of these samples not having a written commentary unless there's just something you don't want stated. Like, you get me. If you're here, you get me. There's something that you don't want to put in print, so you just don't. Like this medieval Sicily suggests the African Muslim grave. Right. Which doesn't surprise me when I look on my family tree. I have Roman ancestors. Yeah, period. And DNA living matches to confirm it. So this is really hard work. You have to come into this work with a clean slate. You can't come into this work believing what you've been told about yourself because it's just ancestry cannot be blanketed. There is no blanketing to ancestry. Ancestry has distinct tones, terms, and individuals. And when you overlook that, you're watering down your reality. Yeah. So, okay, thought samples by era. I'm not really going to go into that. Outliers, 20 active. Ooh, 20 active outliers. Ancient Ethiopia. You'll notice how they all have green circles, green commentary. Yeah, not really that interesting to me because, again, this is so hard for some people to realize. These are the ancestors of your ancestors' ancestors. Currently have no ancient American samples, which is completely false. Um, they're just not giving it to me because when I go to the maps, it'll show you something totally different. So let's go to my deep dive now. I'm a little nervous to go in here because I have a feeling it's going to look different. Normally, my first deep dive is Zaina. And with the issues that I have with my hair, my cortisol, my testosterone, and my adrenal system, I do believe that that is definitely my ancestor. And whatever condition she had, I share a remnant of that condition. Let's go to my deep dive results. Gonna leave the XMP length at 60. You have ancient relatives you share identified DNA segments with. Let's hide. Let's go ahead and hide that. I don't want any faces. I do not like the faces. They are so misleading. So misleading. This salad is so good, though. Like, I swear the best thing to eat and heat is salad. Forgive me for crunching. Salad and I can't wait to get to the maps. Oh, come on. I should have never clicked that button that said hide faces. It was already selected. So they've updated June 28th, hundreds of updated haplogroups. They added 667 family lines. Child. What's the issue? Yo, when I tell you digging in here, it's gonna be a long live, of course. Because this site is so full of data, it just it takes a while. Okay, let's open this. We want to go back to deep dive. Hopefully that box is still checked, or I'll just ignore the faces. I really don't like the faces. Okay, now they have a new sorter. Default total S&P sort deep dive matches longest S&P chain. Interesting. Quantum. Oh wow, this is different. 13 CMs. This is new. Early best store rule. You are the number 2 top match to this sample. Wow. You are number 2 among a select few users who also have a deep dive match with this sample. This makes this relationship to this individual very unique. Full research for this sample is activated for you regardless of your access level. Touch the info button for more information. Oh wow, 100 BC. What? Let's check this. Chromosome 11, 12, and 18. 115 S&Ps, 104, 117. Wow. Okay, so you're not giving me any written anything. Okay, so I've never seen that before. Did not know when you rank this high. So this is something new they're doing. They're not ignoring us anymore. Full research for this sample is activated for you regardless of your access level. Thank you, my true ancestry. And if you run across this, our group would love to meet with you again. I forgot the cousin who has to connect with them. We need to meet with them again. Their closest ancient genetic match. Wow. Oh my goodness. I traced my blood before Christ. I love it. Never heard of South Africa, Rocky River, Cape, Western Cape, 100 BC. This is interesting. So the closest modern population, I'm a genetic match to their closest ancient Khoisan relatives, Khoisan. Oh, beautiful. This is why when people want to call me African, I need more. You have to be more specific. Can you be more specific? No one is African. There is no African DNA here. If you want to subgroup it as, that's just like saying I'm human. I have a group that I fall under being human. San, Mbuti, Pygmy, Sudanese, Bantu, Northeast. These are really, really ancient. I thought they were about to say Anunnaki, Ethiopian, Sandawi. Some of these people, I don't even know if they still exist as a people anymore. Through the time, San. That's interesting. I've never even heard of Khoisan. I've never heard of San. Okay. Similar samples to this 100 BC sample. Oakhurst, Western Cape, South Africa. So all of the South African all the South, well, not all the South African samples, but yo, they're related. These people are related. 5690 BC. Holy gosh. 0.3 is really close. 0 is close, but 0.4 has to be really close. These are really close. Haplogroup should be L, of course. They're not giving it to me. Okay, let's see if there's a research link. Forgive me. Excuse me. We check. Ooh, December 2025. Homo sapiens specific evolution unveiled by ancient Southern African genomes. Homo sapiens, not to be mistaken with Neanderthals. This is fairly new. Homo sapiens evolved hundreds of thousands of years ago in Africa, later spreading across the globe. but the early evolutionary process is debated. Here we present whole genome sequencing data for 28 African individuals, including six individuals with, I won't be reading that, calibrated years before present. All ancient Southern Africans dated more than 1,400 cal BP. Shows a genetic makeup that is outside the range of genetic variation in modern day humans, which would make total sense to anyone doing this type of research, including Southern African Khoisan. Now, see, that doesn't even say Khoisan. That says Khoisan people, although some retain up to 80% ancient Southern African ancestry, manifesting in a large fraction of Homo sapiens specific variants that are unique to ancient Southern Africans, which would explain why the similar samples all included Southern African samples. Homo sapiens specific variants at amino acid altering sites fixed for all humans, which are likely to have evolved rapidly on the Homo sapien branch, were enriched for genes associated with kidney function. Some Homo sapiens specific variants fixed in ancient Southern Africans, which are likely to have adopted rapidly on the Southern African branch, which enriched for genes associated with protection against UV light. The ancient Southern Africans show little, spatiotemporal stratification for 9,000 years, consistent with a large, stable, Holocene population transcending archaeological phases. While Southern Africa served as a long-standing geographical refugium, there is outward gene flow over 8,000 years ago. However, inward gene flow manifests only after around 1,400 years ago. The ancient genomes reported here are therefore key to the evolution of the Homo sapien, not to be confused with the Neanderthal. I added that. And are important for advancing our understanding of the true human genome variation. Thank you for the likes. If you run across this live, please like this video so that my video can be in heavy rotation on people's timelines who have like minds like myself. And I'm going to actually download this PDF. And we may go through that at a later date. So let's go back to my true ancestry. I cannot believe that I get full access to this person because I am the number 2 top match to this sample. Number 2. That's huge. That's huge. And I love that my true ancestry is doing this. So I'm excited. Thank you again, Cousin Hassan, for putting me on. I'm excited. I get full research for this sample. As a matter of fact, let's see, can we add this sample? Early pastoral, South Africa. Let's go down here and see, can we find it? Hold on. I'm not looking at that list yet. Let's see, can we find it here? Early, let's not forget, it said E. Early pastoral. Look, they gave it to me. Oh my God, let's put him in the chat. Let's put him in the queue. We're going to put him in the queue. We're going to create his DNA, him or her. Your kid is being created based on early pastoral South Africa, GR, Brack, River Cape, Western Cape. They actually, so if you go into your deep dive and you see that you're number 1, number 2, and I'm assuming number 3, database that are running their kids, you have access to anyone that you share a high genomic connection. So I'm getting him to the queue. Come on her. Forgive me, ancestor. I don't know what to call you because they won't give me no write up. But I also downloaded the PDF file. So some of us have had to endure overusing this data. It's actually worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. If you're viewing, let me know where you're viewing from. If you do DNA research and you want to join our research community, please email me, ancestrbranch@gmail.com, shelfinthe block@gmail.com. I believe that information is running along the bottom of your screen on my banner. So that's going to take a while to open up, but we definitely want to come back there. Well, I've never seen that before, so yes, my true ancestry has went through some serious upgrades. Nothing better than water. So it's 98 degrees in New York, y'all. Hope y'all are staying cool. Use load is coming. Ancestry. Really? Are we still okay here? Yeah. Okay, I see my little viewer. If you use my true ancestry, because again, every DNA kit that is entered, you get different results depending on who you are. I at one time had a total of 40 or more ancestry kits, Indigenous American, Afrocentric kits, and Eurocentric kits. And I really got to see how different our lists look depending on your ancestry origin. So we want to go down to mine. Let's go back to the deep dive because that blew me away. And it takes a lot to blow me away when it comes to this DNA. And I want to send some love because I am being viewed from different countries. I'm noticing on my heritage that a lot of my European cousins in other countries, Switzerland, Germany, some of them are confirming our relationship. I want to say how happy I am to see that some people are waking up to accept the part of their ancestry over here in the Americas that played a huge part in what happened to us here. I don't know how to navigate it yet. I haven't reached out to anyone because I don't know how to navigate this with my European relatives. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I have a million questions. I don't know how to navigate it. When I don't know how to navigate something, I just leave it alone. So if you have confirmed relation to me and you are in a European nation and a European bloodline and you want to connect with me, please know that even though I seem distant, that is not my spirit at all. If you want to reach out to me, I am willing to hear you, receive you, and we can go from there. I just wanted to state that because I get notifications every week. A German family is accepting my connection. It actually feels good. And I also know there are a lot of my European ancestors, European relatives who do not accept our connection. And that is fine. That is fine. If that's how your spirit is, it's best that we stay disconnected. But I do honor those who are not shunning the history of their ancestors' actions for the living descendants who are here because of their actions. And as a child born of a very unconventional conception, I, of all people, understand how important it is um, for all conception stories to be accepted and embraced. This is why most of the Black families are so discombobulated, because we have not learned how to accept this whole story. We've only learned how to deal with the ramifications of it. And we're getting there. Again, I don't have all the answers, but I'm trying in my own personal life. This sample is not new to me. And there's Zaina. See, Zaina used to be number one. Zaina done moved all the way down to number 3. Zaina was my top ancient DNA deep dive. And again, I'm dealing with, I've actually been given, let me tell you how spectacular we are. Even though in the health field, Black Americans, misclassified Black Americans, have never been studied and accepted and just analyzed at the point where we are now. I have been referred to a geneticist. I'm going to say it again. I had to go see an endocrinologist because they are under the impression that I have some type of genetic mutation in my genes that impact my adrenal system, that impacts my hormones, that impacts my testosterone production. And this is something I was born with. This is something that my family had no idea about, because most of our families have no clue of our ancestry. We don't know who our people are. If you know someone who knows at least the name, a birthday, and birth location of 10 grandparents on both sides, then you're talking to someone who knows their shit. Well, I have hundreds of grandparents. My family tree online, my wiki tree has been accepted. I was actually one of the descendants of King James and his mistress, who just got, well, we're still illegitimate because we're not the Queen's kids, but some of us really just made some of King James's, the Bible thumper, we've made them acknowledge a lot of his illegitimate children. I'm one of those descendants, and I am on WikiTree, and it has been confirmed with DNA. Do I talk about this with normal people and the Black community? Hell no. Most of our people are stuck in the emotional mind. They are not in their wise mind, and they have to get there. Or not. It's a choice. So I do not have these conversations with normal people, with the normies. I only have this conversation with my DNA community and people with like minds who are doing this work and who understands what I'm saying from a DNA lens, not from a lens of emotional rapture. I don't even know what to call it at this point. So again, let's go through this deep dive list. I'm still blown away by this, and I'm going to repeat this again. This new sample, which I added to the queue, we're going to go into that sample. They're saying that I am the second top match, and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people use this site of all walks of human nature, honey. All types of people use this site. You are number 2 among a select few users who also have a deep dive match with this sample. This makes your relationship to this individual very unique. Mind you, I'm going to say this again for the people who tried to induct me in the church last week. This is before Christ and Jesus. Let's just sit with that for a second. This is before Christ and Jesus. BC. Maybe before the flood, however you want to put it. So yeah. Some of my ideologies, people don't understand where they come from because it's so far-fetched to believe. But believe you me, if I'm saying something, and at the age where I'm at now, I have data to back it up. If I'm standing on something, I have facts and data to back it up. I am not the same person I was 20 years ago who believed whatever I was told. Thank God. I am very resourceful, very analytical. My nature is an analyst. I've always analyzed everything. I just couldn't speak on it. When I was younger, if I spoke up against my mother, she would strike me. But I never let that nature of my inquisitive spirit die. I kept it. I just had to guard it and not let people know I'm questioning the church. I'm questioning the government. I'm questioning the Department of Education. I'm questioning what you're telling me. I'm questioning what you're teaching me. So I've been undercover for a minute. Now I'm not undercover. I do not hide that I have certain ideologies that most of my people will never understand until they do the work and the research that I have done. Let's not forget, I was given a scholarship to Nubia. Someone paid for me a full-year scholarship in Nubia. So my thinking has been decolonized intentionally. So yeah, just want you to sit with that for a moment. Just think about the ramifications of my connection and many others to this sample. And again, Zaina has moved from my first match to the third, which is crazy. And she's 1934 AD. I share 11.32 cms with this person, but I share 13.35 cms with someone from 100 BC. You understand? Do you understand what that's telling you? Do you understand what that tells me? That tells me that there is so much more to my history as a human born in 79 than what I was taught, than what my parents were even allowed to know. This technology is new. This technology was not here 20 years ago. And it took me time to work with this with European kids. I want to thank my European cousins who are in our community, who is doing the work to repair a lot of things that our ancestors tried to hide and destroy. This is why I say DNA is God. DNA is our living God right here on this earth. And I don't care who doesn't understand it. You will one day, if that is your calling. You will understand why I say that. Am I blaspheming against the Christian God, the European God? No, that's not what I'm saying. This has nothing to do with that. This has nothing to do with physical religion. This has everything to do with being a spirit coming back here in human form, attached to ancestors that came way before us. Peace and love to my viewers. Please let me know where you're viewing from if you feel comfortable enough to share. If you don't, I understand that as well. We are living in a very volatile time. The fact that I even do this gets under a lot of people's skin, but I don't care. I'm doing the work that I was called to do. I'm doing the work that I was given talents to do, to comprehend. Peace and love to my ancestors that have been guiding me from day one. This sample isn't new to me either. Shumlaka, Cameroon. There's my baby, Zaina. Much respect to her. The villagers treated her like an animal. Shumlaka, Cameroon. which when I see Cameroon on my ancestry ethnic guess, and I want to say something else. There's a lot of videos on YouTube by people who are not in any type of DNA research who will tell you, don't take a DNA test from the same people that enslaved you. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you something. Every time when you were born, unless you was born as a sharecropper outside of a hospital, baby, they got your DNA, they got your blood type, they got everything about you. For you to fear your own DNA. Now, mind you, DNA ethnicity is one part of the DNA test. That one, an estimate we all should know, past cognitive dissonance, we should all know that an estimate is a guess. We should all know a simple Google search will tell you that no one can tell you your true ethnicity. No one can, because DNA is random. It can show you a lens. It can show you a lens of your ancestry, but it is not the end all be all. And it will continually change because they're dealing with populations that are not the same populations. Like, case in point, American DNA today does not match the indigenous Americans of this land. Hello? So sometimes we have to remember there's always a baseline. Yes, the ethnicity guess is not something you want to live by, but taking a DNA test with these companies, getting your living DNA relatives, building your tree with documentations and your DNA, honey, will change your life and your perception on humanity. And I'm speaking from experience. I work very closely with the Historical Society. I actually sit on a couple of boards. And I also am co-member, founder of an association that helps support the preservation of some of our enslaved ancestors who the United States and their citizens have paid and tried to erase. So when I'm speaking about stuff like this, I'm not speaking emotionally. I'm coming from a factual community lens. So I just want to be clear on that. There's a lot of people giving advice that should not be giving advice. Seek people out in DNA communities and get the truth about DNA testing, not from random people on TikTok. Okay? Just wanted to say that because I was listening to this African-American woman, I'm sure the card, because I'm sure that's what she identifies as. And I was just heartbroken by the way she was saying, oh, don't buy a DNA test because they enslaved you, like they're going to tell you who you are. You have no comprehension of how a DNA test works and how your results help you replace what was stolen. You have no idea. Some people should not be speaking on any of this stuff because they are not actively a part of the community that works with the data. So I've seen all of these before. I want to say that my list is kind of long. Here's another 400 BC, which I'm not surprised. I've seen this a few times. My list got longer. My list wasn't this long. Okay, this doesn't surprise me. 1848, they have to be related to Catoctin's people. Notice no Catoctin is in here. St. Helena is. I'm really going to have to make a Facebook group for these people. Or I'm going to merge them with the Avery Rest. I have an Avery Rest hub. Yes, I have an enslaved ancestor research community hubs, private space for us to do this research away from the common folk who are just naysayers and have no 4,000 BC. This is why I can't take religion serious. Not knocking anyone who does. And I would never say don't use religion if that's what you need. This list got really long, guys. I did not have this many dives, or maybe I did, and I'm just blown away because I do believe it's a little longer. Maybe this number 2 person that I matched pulled in more deep dives. Jesus. Wow. I was gonna be pissed if Zaina had been took out my list. So I'm excited that we're able to add this person, and it ain't got no write-up. We were able to add this person to the queue. So we will be diving in there. Wow. Deep dive full breakdown. Oh wow, this changed completely. Well, damn. And again, this is not a vision of who I am. This is my representation of the samples that they have. Always remember that when dealing with my true ancestry. This isn't like ancestry in them. This is, ooh, Cushitic. I'm Kush. I'm not surprised. 6.57% of the ancient DNA in this database, I'm hitting and pulling 6.57% of those ancestors. Awesome. So this is broken down like it used to be Yoruba 100%. I never saw Shumlaka here before. I've never saw any of this. Malawi forager. Swahili. Oh, I love it. Again, thank you, Cousin Hassan. Yes, they have really, really did a lot here. I don't want to go to the heat map. Y'all not ready for that. Okay, let's go to my modern populations. What modern populations as they stand today is my DNA pulling on in the My True Ancestry database? Let's see. Boom. And look how far these populations are. 0 is the closest. You see how this is another world? You would think that the higher the number, the closer. No, ma'am. Ancient DNA is going back in time. So 0 would be my closest. 0 would be my representation of people. Because I have so many ancestry mixes from the past 400 years. Honey, I got so many Europeans on my tree. It's just, I don't be knowing what to do. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. Due to breeding and love and however else they came to be with ancestors from this land and abroad. Limba 7.5. Let me go here because I be getting them mixed up. Who is Limba? Limba people. According to modern-day historians, the Limba were Muslim traders with possible Jewish ancestry who gradually Africanized and came to speak Shona. As they integrated more into Shona life, eventually lost their Muslim faith. South Africa, Malawi, Mozambique, Zimbabwe. Okay. Bantu, Mandinka, Sub-Saharan, Yoruba, Bantu, Biaki, Pygmy. Okay, interesting. My PCA analysis. This is me. Here's the Bantu modern people. Mind you, I'm relative to them, but that's not my home population. As you see, I'm an outlier by myself. Who's over here? Lumbee tribe. This is the ancient genetic distance from the Lumbee tribe, but my DNA is pulling these Bashkir, Karakalapak. I think that's like in the Middle East, which doesn't surprise me when I go to my heritage. And I may actually do a little bit of my heritage digging today on this stream as well. This is going to be long. Get you some snacks. We're going to take some breaks and some intermissions and stuff because I may have to go tinkle in a minute. I actually pull a lot of Middle East, which I hate to call it Middle East. Let's just be clear. For the DNA people that we're talking about, that wasn't the middle of the East. That was the Horn of Africa. Let's just be clear. The Horn of Africa, Egypt. And this is how I gave birth to a Coptic Egyptian. Gina's Coptic Egyptian comes through. Mind you, I hit mummies. I hit Egypt. Connect. It shows me my connection, but it will not come up in my estimate, ethnicity estimate. Gina got lucky. It came up in hers, and I was so validated. So everyone knows I have a thing with the Ankh. Everyone knows that I love Egyptian history. Everyone knows that I have this tie to Nubia. And just getting the confirmation of why I have these intriguing connections. And I thought that maybe I just made them up. No, they're actually ancestral. I find that beautiful. Costa Noan, genetic distance far. But there, Yemen, modern Yemen is coming up, which gave me chills. So everyone knows me and my Yemen family here are so close, like family, which I don't think is random. I don't think it's random that I mix better with certain peoples, modern peoples. Today, I really do believe it's a reflection of my ancestry. I could be wrong. Now, I just said I believe. I don't know it to be fact, but I think Egyptian. Look, I just said that. My DNA pulls it, but it doesn't give it directly because DNA is random. But my daughter, it comes right up. And I should have actually put her DNA kit in the queue, but I just took it out because after a while, you have to re-upload your raw data in the queue because of updates. That was exciting, y'all. Let's see. Ancestral collage. This is all new stuff, y'all. I hate these faces. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this because a lot of these samples are babies and they didn't even live to be adults. And it's just, again, disrespectful. Some of this stuff I'm not going to go in because I don't want to over data us. I don't want to do too much. Let's get out of here. Let's close this. The pictures spook me. I do not like that. I don't know why they feel like that is commercial to do. It's I don't like it. Okay, we've got videos. Let's go to our saga. Oh God, wait. I'm doing too much. This site is packed with data, so you have to be patient with it. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, we're in the list. We don't want to come here. I want to actually see. The list is long. I think I have 500. I think at level 6, I can get 500 ancient samples going from me all the way back. 250, forgive me. And they want me to pay. I'm not paying shit. I already see the pictures over there. I don't need to pay. Let's go to our DNA timeline. And we've got to download these videos. I should have did all this. Y'all know, but I tried to prep this before, but listen. I should have downloaded all this stuff because I like this stuff. I just haven't been here. Wait, I don't want to exit the page. I'll give me some time. I am excited about this new DNA match that I match, and they're giving me access to it. I really do appreciate that. Ooh, what's this? Oh, the DNA timeline. Look, 42,000 BC, baby. They went back. They used to be 3,000 BC. They went all the way back. I don't want to see this video. I want to do DNA saga. It's gonna take 3 minutes. Let's create that video. No, I do not want no freaking faces video. No, thank you. I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that. Again, if you're on My True Ancestry, I know we feel like the higher the level, the more access to stuff we're going to get. But you don't want to go there. It pollutes. If you're doing genealogy, hey, when you're doing your genealogy, you want to stay within the 2000s. You want to go back at least no further than 1300s, 1400s. Even though my tree go back further than that on some sites. And again, my tree is backed by DNA. My family tree, that with my legal family, I don't have any DNA cousins because I'm not kin to my adopted family directly or immediately. We are actually, I am a Williams. We can go back far enough. I am a Williams, and we are actually related, but we're just distant. So a lot of times I was using level 10. My cousin has higher levels, and I realized doing the ancestor research that we're doing in the 1700s, you don't want the higher level. You want to stay around level 6, level 5 for the work that we're doing. Let me see, is this video ready yet? All right, we'll wait for that. Let's go to maps. And everybody that knows me and who has been following this podcast segment, you know good and well, I love the maps. Baby, one of my fellow YouTubers called me the maps. They called me maps. They're like, yeah, Shell gonna have the maps for you. She loves the maps. I'm very analytical. I love data. I love data analysis. Even behavior analysis. I do all that. All that. All that. Again, forgive me. I'm trying to eat and stream, okay? I'm giving it time for everything to load. What the? Why are they out there in the ocean? Interesting. Look, I told y'all the Horn of Africa, 612 AD. I'm not surprised. Because again, on certain sites where there less gatekeeping, they give me my Egyptian. They do. Look here. This ain't nothing new. Saint Mary, nothing new. Aztec and Mayan. It's gonna show up. I'll show you. Early colonial slave trade victim, Mexico, Campeche, Yucatan, 1540 AD. Not new at all. None of this is new. Okay, we're gonna come out of the globe and we're gonna go to. Let's start with the Americas, where I am, where I've always been. And the past 10 generations of me's have been. Yoruba, 1454. African presence in the United States, 1619. When people tell me that, I think that you are intellectually challenged. I'm sorry. When people tell me there were no Africans in the United States until 1619, I kind of lose me. You kind of lose me. If you want to be taught by the Department of Education, you're only going to be able to think for so far. Hold that thought. Let me mute my mic. I'll be right back. Matter of fact, let me unmute my mic because I'm good for running my mouth with the mic muted. So you may be able to hear me, you may not. I need to go in the kitchen for a second. Your mother. I've been talking. I've been talking. How long it is going to take? This headpiece ain't no joke. I went all the way. These strings I do here are always super long. Okay. So what I'm gonna do one is bring down a resolution. Oh no. That's the wrong way. Let me just leave it. I want to come down here to these knobs. These are important. So the default view, let me make sure. See, these ain't no joke. Okay. So this knobs down, these knobs down here, I love it. The default is 30 samples. But you know me, push it to the limit. Let's go 150 samples. And what I'm gonna do is bring the timeline 5000 BC to 1492. 1490. Let's do 1491 AD, and then we'll do 1492 to current. Oh, I'm like it didn't move. We gotta actually do it. So we'll give that a moment while it's reloading. I don't want to come out of here. I could have went to the Saga video and see if that changed any. If you are enjoying this video and this deep dive, please share this video to your friends and your family. Oh my goodness. This is my map. Mind you, it's always going to tell you you don't have no American samples. All you got to do is go to maps and go around that gatekeeping link there. Yeah. Oh my goodness, y'all. Look, and if you can, this is in my DNA and Chill podcast. You can go back to some of my older dives. South America was not lit up like this on my map back in the day. So they have done a lot of adding new samples. These are all pre-Columbus. All pre-Columbus. All pre-Columbus. This was all, look at there. And this is why Amerindian Indian is distinct DNA. Pre-colonial admixture. Pre-colonial admixture. This is beautiful. I need to go to South America and visit. This is a beautiful. Incan, Mayan, Aztec, and we'll actually see more recent samples. Let's bring this to 1491. Y'all, I love this. Let's bring this to 1491, and let's bring this about 1770. Let's cut off at 1776, and then we'll go 1776 to current. So let's wait for that to populate. The map. Oh, child. And here we go. Ooh. Wow. Aztec. Deer. Ooh. New England. Which on my tree is very representative. It's very representative. Very representative. It's very represented on my tree. I think the grandmother of the Dutch, I can't say her name. She's on my tree and in my DNA. I don't know how. Incan, more Incan. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now let's take this from 1776 in the spirit of the 4th of July to 2019. Let's populate that map. Oh, they got a lot of little goodies, here on this site. Yeah. Don't forget to like and share this video. I am Marindia in 1980. I was 1 year old in 1980. There's my Mayan ancestors. Beautiful. I think this is new. I think that's new. Blue represents a deep dive match. We share DNA segments. Awesome. Now let's go to Africa. I'm not going to go to Europe because I have so much Europe and Asian ancestry. I'll do the European digging on a live by itself because it's so much. Swahili times three samples here. This is St. Helen. So let's push this up. Oh, I love doing this. Let's go to 1491 AD. And if these samples, let's update this African map and see what it's going to give us. I can't wait to go in this sample here. Thank you, Machu ancestry, for giving me access. This relative is fairly important to my ancestry. Let me drink some water while this is reloading. There it is. Oh, Sasanian. Okay, we got to go over here. What's that? Sasanian Empire. Last pre-Islamic Iranian Empire. Are you kidding me? This is why my heritage is pulling so much from the misclassified Middle East. The Sasanian Empire, Middle Persian Empire of the Iranians, 224 to 651 AD, the House of Sasan. First time I have ever seen that. Berber. Interesting. Egypt, Mercurian. Not surprised. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I do believe once you get to 1491 and current, the less samples I have been seeing. That's the way it was before. Let's do that. Let's see what it shows. Lord, and see how it got real thin. These are more current. And honestly, these are the ancestors to the ancestors in Kentucky. I'm going to always say that because if I go into their kids, it will pull this lineage for their ancestry uh, more closest ancestors to them since I was born in the 20th century. I think that's how that goes, right? We were born in the 20th century, right? I don't know how that goes. I think that's how that goes. I do wish there was uh, more breakdowns for America and Africa, how they have archaeological Europe, archaeological Asia, deep dive Europe, deep dive Asia. I wish they had those for Africa and the Americas. But as of right now, they don't. All right, on the commodity here. Haplogroup analytics. They say that they have updated the haplogroups and added 667 ancient family lines. So this should look a little different than what my older videos look like. Secrets of St. Mary's City, also recently roamed Moravian's frontiers. Secrets of St. Mary's City. That's interesting how they worded that. Because there's an African presence, which I think I'm not going to say I was the first to notice, but I was the first in our DNA community to confirm it. Lately, a lot of the things that I said a while back are actually being confirmed. So, why DNA is coming from my paternal line? My father had no sons, and my father died in 1998, and he was born in 1909. I was not able to get DNA from his brothers or his son. He didn't have sons. So my Y DNA is lost forever. This is as close as I would get to my Y DNA. His ancient Y DNA breakdown. E1B probably is a huge factor in my Y DNA, or J. I don't doubt that. But there are other layers and connections bleeding in. R1B, E2, B2, A1, A. And I believe A, B, and C is A0 is showing up here, which I believe is the oldest. There's L3 over here in the corner. When I click on it, those liberated slave trade victim, Hubert's Valley. So when people say, "Oh, I don't worry about slavery because you're being a victim," no, I'm actually studying my ancestry. There's a difference from being a victim and actually doing the work. Huge difference. Let's see. Let's see what A samples are coming up. Oh, but this is Y-DNA, MTA. Look, there's enslaved attacker. Who is that? 18084. Has a Y DNA of A1B1. Interesting. So if you know what you're doing, that is so important. So important. I wish I had my Y DNA, but I do not. So since we're at Y DNA breakdown, let's go to our mtDNA breakdown. And where is it? They got a lot more. Look, I know that's L. All right, no. Exactly. L. Wow. I've never seen L at 94.4%. Now, mind you, this again is not a window to my direct, complete ancestry. This is a window into the ancestry of the samples that my true ancestry has. Don't forget that. That is important. Do not take this data as your sole ancestry. This is only showing the samples that we're allowed to even utilize through this company. So these numbers are not geared to my ancestry. It's geared to my relation to the samples that they have, which is not the full human genome. Okay, so we did the Y and the M breakdown. Now let's go to who. Some of this stuff. Okay, let's do the royalty breakdown for the Y-DNA. Jesus. House of Ayala. So I gotta look some of these up. There's my King James connection. Scottish royalty. We all know that's my grandfather. Um, McPhail. I have a lot of McPhails in my European ancestry. House of Nugent. Some of these I'm Abernathy. Ancient Egypt, of course. And there's a more. Oh Lord, look. Again, this is a percentage of the DNA that is connecting to me in their database. This is overwhelming. I have to click on each one of them. Clan Baxter. I do have Baxters in my DNA matches. A lot of times I'll use these last names. These are family bloodlines. And I'll go into my living DNA matches and search these as surnames. And sure enough, I'll get a list. So there's many ways to confirm data. So researching the data with living DNA relatives is your sure way to find DNA connections that you do have. Okay? So that's the royalty breakdown Y-DNA. Let's go to the royalty breakdown mtDNAs here. Of course, the Holy Roman Empire, which does not surprise me at all. The Sardinians have been there. That's not a surprise. Kings of Saxony, Austrian. Not surprising. I actually had last week 2 families from Austria confirmed my genetic relation to their family and mine. This is starting to happen more frequently now outside of the U.S. The Europeans in the United States have not confirmed any of our smart matches with one another. But outside the United States, those Europeans are not as brainwashed as they are here, and they are confirming our ties to each other, which actually says a lot. It does to me. It says a lot. I'm not going in all these other ones. Let's do the Royal Ties Globe. So we can see all of these samples that we just saw in the past 2 screens on the globe. Okay, this hasn't changed too much. It looks like it's a little less. It's just the whole royal inches. Let's go on the other side of the globe. Make sure I don't think there's anything there. Okay. Who is that? Persia. That's that match from Persia. Y'all know Persia and Africa had a clash, and it's definitely showing up in the DNA. Yeah, there's 2. One here, 1585. Definitely in its ancestry coming from here. Oh, that's new. I can't even say that. I don't know. I don't. I lager book. Lager beak. I can't say that. That's new. Clam Armstrong isn't new to me at all. And mind you, let's not forget who we're looking at here. The Royal Ties Globe. Do y'all see this on the United States? This is Catoctin. Again, I will say there is royalty in those graves who were enslaved. I don't know if they were aware. But yeah, I8096. That is the baby of the mother in the museum at the Catoctin Historical Society for the Iron Worker. They respect the iron worker and they do not call them slaves. They actually call them iron workers because that is who they were. And this is the baby. This is the match of the baby. That baby is related to King James, and no one can ever tell me any different. King James is on my tree. I took that man off my tree so many damn times. Even before I got into the DNA. This is fake. This is fake news. This is fake news. It's not real. But lo and behold, after cross-referencing with jet matching family members that are noted there, I had to leave him on my tree. I couldn't keep taking him off. And I was actually played a part in them validating his mistress of the Queen's Court that he slept with and made a baby with. Some of us have been able to uncover ancestries that have been long debunked for whatever reason, political, religious, power, whatever reason. The DNA don't lie. This is why you can go to jail behind your DNA if it's in the wrong place at the right time, okay? So if DNA holds up on the court, don't ever let nobody tell you your DNA isn't telling you what it's telling you, because it is. That's my advice. It may not be as clean cut and dry as you want it to be, but the DNA ain't lying. Okay? The DNA ain't lying. Now I want to show you the haplogroup globe. It's going to show you the connections. Oh, I love this globe, honey. It shows you how the haplogroups wound up being connected globally. They taught us as so-called misclassified black children in school, they taught us that we came from monkeys and slaves. Such a rebel in school. Now, mind you, I didn't know the truth. I know the truth now. I did not know the truth then, but I could not fathom that to be true. So these people at Catoctin, look how their haplogroups are showing you where their look, there's a cholera victim, who again, I'm going to say is related. I'm going to tell you another thing about research. Sometimes you can look at a situation and only ask the particular questions that will give you the particular answers that you want. So you never ask the questions that can open up more realities to this specific situation. A lot of that happens here in this type of research. If you're dealing with someone who's biased, they're only going to ask certain questions or look at the certain data from a certain lens because they want to support the beliefs that they're already coming into this situation with. Unlike myself, I ask all questions. I don't have an agenda. So a lot of the information I'm able to receive because I'm humble enough to know that I don't have all of the answers. So I need to let the data talk to me. I don't need to convolute the data in a certain lens. I come into this with a clean lens, no agenda. This is a beautiful, beautiful representation of how the people buried in Maryland, how their ancestry connects. And then when you come 250 years later to me, I can see how my ancestry goes back globally as a global majority. But when I'm working under people who want to keep me as a minority, a lot of this other stuff gets lost in the sauce and ignored. Not to say it's not there, but they're not giving attention to it. So that is what happens in the black lens, misclassified black lens, but we're trying to say we relate to these people. And we're being told, no, you're not, or you want to be a victim. No, I'm actually reenacting my data. Truthfully, it's a process that all of us in this historical context, we have to let the data tell us the story, not go by the story that has been beat into us. Again, this is why it's hard for me to submit to religion when I'm doing DNA of people born before this religion was even thought of. So am I blaspheming against the European God? No, I'm being realistic. There's a difference. There's a difference with being realistic and following a narrative. And for me, I've never been a follower of narratives. Being the granddaughter of Alberta Stewart, who told me my origin story, which was a complete lie, to protect her mistakes as a parent, I know firsthand how a story can be given to you to believe because they want you to see yourself in one dimension. And I've never been able to accept it, even as a young child. I'm not saying I knew the whole story. I'm not saying I knew they were lying to me, but I was never able to submit to any of the stories of my family history or my history with my family by what I was told. And maybe my ancestors were guiding me to not believe. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. But I am sharing my experience because a lot of us have dealt with this. Grandma said this, grandma said that. And then you do these tests and you say, well, wow, grandma was partly right, but there's more to the story. Our ancestors, and I'm talking about grandma, mom, dad, they did not have this type of technology for them to give us our truth. So when my adopted mother took me and sat me down that day at home and told me, this is the first time I'm ever sharing this with you, I know that I'm Cherokee, but I've never been in a safe space to say that. Back then, I wish I was me back then. I wish she would have told this me that's educated here, because I would have embraced her and told her, I hear you, I believe you, and I see you. Your truth is valid. She lived here 92 years and her truth was never validated. Her truth was never validated. And that sits with me on my spirit every day, especially when I do this work. And I'm grateful for the Indigenous Americans that I was able to find on my tree, including Chief Powhatan and Papa Robin and Aunt Pocahontas. Now, to the average person, I sound crazy saying this, right? How disrespectful. How disrespectful. So anyone out there sitting with your truth, feeling unbelieved and unheard, or scared to share your truth because you're going to be judged and called, oh, you're, what do you call it? Ethnic chasing or trying to fit in or whatever. Pay that shit no mind. Honor your ancestors. Honor your truth. It's yours. Don't never let nobody tell you who you are. Never. Let your DNA tell you who you are. I'm about to get emotional because I feel very strongly about this. So we're going to move on to the DNA Spotlight. If you have been with me through this live, please know that I thank you. I thank you for taking time out of your busy day and your busy life and this busy holiday to come through and sit with me as I do this deep dive. I appreciate you. There's so much data on here to thank you, freeze it. I want to go to DNA Spotlight. It's interesting how they got these secrets of St. Mary's City. If you don't know the history of St. Mary's, please look it up. If you don't know the history of land grabbing from King James, my papa, look it up. If you don't know the history of how a lot of Europeans gained hundreds of thousands of acres of land, do your research. Do your family tree and look at the land you should be living on. Look at the ancestral lands that you should be living on. That should be in your generational wealth. And I'm going to leave that there. All right, where's the... Okay, here it is. Sorted by relevance to your DNA. Let's do... Are you going to give it to me? Oh, I got to wait. I have to do some work with these slave trade victims in St. Helena. Britain's mission to abolish the slave trade. I don't get deep dive matches with these people. I don't give Britain no star for abolishing the slave trade in the form that I just... It's like me. I don't want to get into that psychological warfare. I really don't. I really don't. They benefited off of it for years. So them so-called abolishing it doesn't. I just can't give you cool points for that. Okay, this is freezing up here. I want to see this menu. Come on now, be good to me. Now, I was going to go into the PCA, but that's for my advanced viewers. If somebody wants me to do that, drop me an email and I'll make an unlisted video and share the link with you, and we'll do that privately. Some things I won't do publicly. This is not giving it to me. I'm going to keep it moving. It's 5 o'clock. I ain't even know the day is going. DNA travel agent. You know what? I'm curious. Let's see. Because they used to wouldn't give me any. Oh, and I still want to go into the other kit. They used to wouldn't give me any locations to visit, but that changed when they did their updating. Oh, I've got to wait for this page to reset. Okay, here we go. Oh, I know you lying. What? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. You is Namibia. The property has been placed on the National Register of Historical Places by the United States Department of the Interior. What? What is this? Is that the U.S.? No. Your ancestor lived here in Namibia. Create a trip with new Machu ancestry travel agent. A rich archaeological site known for its well-preserved ancient rock engravings and paintings dating back thousands of years with dramatic landscape. Okay. Why is it registered by the United States Department of Interior or the Department of War? Like what? Arusha, I never heard of that. Tanzania. What sample? Cushitic, yeah. I know I come from Kush. I'm not anti-Semitic. I can't be. My DNA is not even anti-Semitic. Okay. Respectfully. Okay, so these are specific samples. So it's not giving me the sample. And this is where Tanzania again, right? Yeah, that was Tanzania. Tanzania again, Kondoa. Some of these names I've never heard. These are the samples that bring me to this destination. Okay. Uh, Tanzania, a lot of Tanzania. Ooh, Kilwa Masuka. Tanzania. Songa Manara. Medieval Tanzania. Okay. Shaka Shaka. Tanzania, a lot of Tanzania. Botswana. Shakawe. Mafungosi. South Africa. Wow, I've never had this many. I've never had any destinations. I don't believe South Africa. They've definitely expanded their farm bit long. Winterton, South Africa. South Africa. My Jesus, how many destinations are there? So I need to go to Africa. Kenya. Kajiado, Kenya. I've never seen Africa as a destination in here. They always use European nations. So they're expanding their gatekeeping. They really did. Jesus Christ. Italy. I'm about to say, come on, you know them well I'm European. Philadelphia. Oh, I'm about to cry. Philadelphia cholera victim. That is my relative, the Woodland Cemetery. See, I didn't know this is what this person was. Hold on. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I have to write it down. Woodland Cemetery, historical site where archaeologists uncover remains of individuals. 1843 cholera victim. Woodland Cemetery. I have to find where that is in Philadelphia. Oh my goodness, I got chills. Baby, I know who you are. I'm claiming you, love. I know exactly who you are. I'm so excited that this showed up. Hold on, go back. Rehoboth Beach, United States. Avery Rest. Below at the top, ancient archaeological samples. Your DNA matches near this location. Avery Rest. Avery Rest is a colonial area archaeological site, and I'm going to add where Europeans and Africans were enslaved together. Why they will not give us access to the European that were enslaved is crazy. Now they're lying. Evident from the discovery of skeletons belonging to both European colonists and enslaved Africans. They were also enslaved Europeans. Let's be real. Everybody knows that Europeans came here as slaves before the 1500 Great Migrations, when they came as indentured servants. Totally two different worlds. Anyway, Panama City, colonial era, Viejo, Coco del Mar. Panama Viejo is the site of the original settlement of Panama City, which dates back to 1519. Again, anyone who tells you Africans came here in 1619 of them, you have to question their IQ. Question their IQ and also question their agenda. Question why they need you to believe that. Question that. Why? Why, when there is so much data out there speaking otherwise. Oh, this is amazing. I'm floored. Early colonial slave trade victim, Yucatan. And I don't believe this person is African because they normally state if it was an African. They will definitely distinctly state that. But I won't say if they are or not. Edzna is an archaeological site known for its impressive Mayan ruins, featuring a remarkable main temple and an intricate hydraulic system. So when the United States say they created everything, you're okay. Reflecting a highly sophisticated pre-Hispanic civilization that flourished between 600 AD and 900 AD. Beautiful. These are destinations I should visit because, oh God, there's so many. Let's go back. Where were we just at? Here. So Libya, 5,000 BC. So when they say go back to Africa, baby, my African ancestry has evolved past the home I would have known there. We don't even match the what do you call it, the modern populations there. We match the ancient populations there. We did Mexico. Where we at? Libya. Okay. Democratic Republic of Congo is Shango. Forager, Congo forager. Famous for the Ishango bone, a tool dating back over 20,000 years that might be one of the earliest known tools used for mathematical calculations. Oh, but the United States did everything. Right. Okay. Wow, it's still a lot. Okay, and Spain. We all know that I have more ancestry hidden. We all know why. Because I ain't paying for it. Oh, why would you go back there for? The more you pay, the more you get to play. Like the exploitation just never stops. Well, when it said Philadelphia, you know that's my root. That's my root. I was born there. My ancestry is very thick, and this is more. I already know what that is. I don't need them to tell me. Spain. I know my roots definitely are there. Morocco for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. I'm not going in it because it's not going to give it to me. So I haven't paid for it. Morocco, but at least it's giving me. It's still giving me the site. Kisumu. Is this Asian? Let me. Malawi, Portugal. Not surprised. This may not give me anything. Oh, yes, it did. Kenya. Your ancestors lived here. It's way back. Way, way, way back. I think that's awesome. Okay, come out of here. Oh my God. Oh, Shell's ancestry kit. How is Namibia registered as a United States historical site is what? Okay. So now I want to go briefly to the ancestor who I match so closely. We gotta wait for this thing to load. Okay. And there's the St. Mary's secret I wanted to look at, but that's okay. Let's go down here to this kit they said that I have full access to because I'm so related to them. I've never seen that before. I wonder who else in the DNA community is related to this person. And I wonder, should we be noting the chromosomes that we match on? My cousin Deborah is so good with the chromosomes and the chromosome painting. Again, if you are outside of our DNA community and you want in, please reach out to me. Make sure that you have taken a DNA test. Make sure that you have downloaded your raw DNA files from whatever companies you have used and have added them to unless you want your DNA used to fight crime, the cops and the FBI are actively using GEDmatch to convict criminals with our DNA. Say, I literally just saw an old cold case from I think the 70s. The new detectives on the case went to the GEDmatch servers and they were able to find a relative of the criminal, and they worked with that relative to pinpoint the actual criminal. So DNA ain't playing with us. We're not going to play about the DNA. Okay? So you do have to go, if you're on JetMatch, you do have to go inside your settings and opt out of being a crime fighter. Okay? You're either going to let your DNA fight crimes or you're not. So that is very important. I do want to throw out there, when you do get a kit number and you add your DNA kit, mind you, you can add as many, I think up to 5 kits. Every single one of them, you have to opt in or opt out of using your DNA as a crime fighter. Now for me, because I'm going to be honest, my mama's side is full of criminals. Okay? And my brother has done crimes in his life here. I opt out of being a crime fighter because I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to help convict anyone in my family of criminals. And I'm laughing, but I'm dead serious. I'm sorry. Ethically, I don't want to be involved in crime fighting for my DNA family, okay? And knowing that my mother's side is full of criminals, I opt out. So be sure, if you're on JetMatch, that you are aware of your status working with law enforcement, which would be the CIA and the FBI. And I do believe every police force, they will give them access if you opt in. So be aware of what you're signing up for. If you want to be a crime fighter, go right on ahead and opt in. They will use your DNA, and you will be, your DNA will be, they're not going to say, well, Michelle used her DNA and we found, but I've watched numerous shows last month where they used JetMatch and mentioned JetMatch by name to find relatives of DNA profiles in cold cases. And that doesn't mean just the missing. That also means the people who did the crimes. So you've been warned. So now again, they let me know here on my True Ancestry that I am the second highest match to this individual. And the whole use of anyone uploading their DNA to my True Ancestry. That is freaking crazy. That is freaking crazy. I would love to know what the number one person is. What is their nationality? I would love to know that. I myself am mixed. I am 100% nothing. I'm not even 100% black. I am mixed. You can look at me and not see mixed all you want. I am mixed. My grandmother passed for white. So yeah. Boom, boom, bada bing, bada boom. Okay? So let's dive into this ancestors analysis summary. And then I want to do maps. Ooh. Disregard this picture. We don't know what this person looked like. The fact that they do that really just pisses me off. Oh wow. Okay. Closest ancient populations to this individual: ancient Malawi, East African hunter-gatherers, Shumlaka people. Let's go to their deep dive. I would love to see their deep dive. Who is going to come up? You have ancient relatives, not me, this individual. Ooh, 5690 BC, before Christianity. Holy crap, this person is their direct. Do you see that? This is their direct ancestor. They share how many CMs? 59 CMs. That's probably like a direct cousin. Their raw DNA is 100% closer than anybody else's. Is this the same person? No, it's not. This is definitely wow. They share 1,806 CMs. Me and my niece share something like that, I believe. Me and my sister share almost 3,000, 2,000. So this may be a sibling or like a direct, like immediate family. Oh wow. Go ahead, baby. See, these are their relatives. These are their relatives. Anytime you match chromosome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This was me and my sisters and my first cousins. Like our stuff looks like this. Or maybe it's just nieces and nephews. I need to look at my cousin. Or dead match and see. Okay, you got a nice little deep dive there. Oh, who are these? Portugal Umayyad Caliphate. Oh wow. 1250 AD. Let's see. The Moors ruled from 711 AD. Umayyad Caliphate, Portugal. Rome, excuse me. Europe was ran by North Africans, the Moors, from 711 to 1492. 1492, they were sent here. So this is very, very telling here. 1250 AD. This is when Europe was being ruled by people that they cannot stand today. Well, now they say that the Moors weren't African. There was a different people. So anything to remove themselves from African presence, which is crazy. Swahili period, 1543. That's not too far. Look at there, 1,442 CMs, and this person was born BC. Look how they look at this. Look at chromosome 1. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They are really related. This is really giving me the chills. 306 AD. Wow. Oakhurst, Western Cape, South Africa. 515 AD. I matched this exact sample, 19028, in my deep dive. They only got 827 cm shared, and it's A1B DNA. This is one of my matches. So see how it breaks down. Eventually, it all comes together. Awesome. So, is it going to give me? I don't know if maps. Oh, you know what? I think maps does show up on ancient samples. Certain things you don't have access to, but the menu wouldn't be here. Let's see if they give it to me. Oh, yeah. So this is their ancestral group. Beautiful. I think I'm talking over there on the screen. Up. It's a lot like ours. Ooh, who's that? So no wonder we match so closely because our stuff almost looks alike. Some things have ran out when it gets to my ancestry, like the Asian part, which on other sites does show up. All of this shows up on my 23andMe, but it's very minute, which makes sense because this person was alive way long ago, but they have a connection. The same people I do. Beautiful. See, I matched these. We showed this on my map, 1454, 1599. They usually compare DNA kits. Let's see, is this an Afrocentric kit or a European kit? Anyone who's a follower of this particular podcast knows there's a particular tool that I like to use to compare my queue, all of the DNA kits in my queue. So I'm going to see, and it's actually this here, compare DNA kits. If you have an Afrocentric kit, this won't work. It definitely works on the Eurocentric kits. Spring Baklavatte. Block, blocked, block, Springbok Vlakte. So I'll be trying my best to pronounce this stuff. I love trying to pronounce it. I don't think it's gonna work. Are you kidding me? I know you lying. Come on. Because if it do, I'm gonna keep you in here. It did say they gotta give me full access. That means some of the gatekeeper stuff I'm gonna actually have access. I knew it. It ain't given to me. I'm gonna need a European kit, which would throw the whole thing off. And just throw us on one side and keep the European kit on the other. See, it won't do. Interesting. So I definitely loaded the PDF. For this individual. See what received, published online December 3rd, 2025. This is no. And I read some of this. I'm going to dive into this a little later, do some reading or let it read it to me. How big is this thing? 23 pages. Oh yeah, I'm gonna dig into this document because I am L3. Matter of fact, let me go to my heritage. Let's see what's going on there. I think the last time I was there. If you are enjoying my deep dive into my DNA, or if you would like me to use this site with your raw DNA file and give you a personal analysis of your results, you can reach out to me. I am willing to do that. I do not charge, but it is very time consuming. If you want to send me some coin, shelf on the block on your paper, Cash App, I do accept gifts. They know what I'm talking about. Okay. Child, don't even gotta sign in anymore. People, 2,000 people on my tree, yes. Walter Nellen, that's my child. I can't find my grandfather, John Nellemer. See, this is his son, two different last names, but they spell their name all kinds of different ways. Oh, they got documents on here. Ireland Census Records. Yes, I am part Irish. Yes, I am. Historian. Okay, let's go to DNA overview. Your results needs to be recalculated. I believe it. I have exactly. Okay, this is my ancestry kit, my 23andMe kit, my old kit actually, because 23andMe actually gave me a new version of my DNA kit. The man needs to be repopulated. Why don't y'all be doing it? I shouldn't have to. Lord. Well, they're repopulating. Ugh, I want to show y'all my pages. let's go to my 23andMe. They're repopulating. So there's that. My heritage is awesome. Locations where your DNA matches live. The United States, heavily populated, baby. Because, yeah, I have DNA infiltrate. My DNA was infiltrated by a lot of movement. But thank God, my ancestry, like, that's one thing. If you know how to read the data, if you know how to read the data, and a lot of these people, especially in Austria, they are confirming our connections. Yeah, and I definitely have Australian, indigenous Australian ancestry as well. Oh, I really wanted to see my ethnicity estimate, but they have to repopulate it because as more and more people take tests, the modern populations will evolve and more data will be explainable for what you're pulling. So I'm excited to see that. They say they will be ready. We'll email you when they're ready. Cool. So this is a huge window into the work that I do. Let me get me back here. It's a huge window into the work that I do. I love DNA diving. I love seeing where I'm from and learning my ancestry and the different intricate pieces of my ancestry. And if you do this work, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I want to give you some peace and some love on today. I hope that this was informative for you. I hope there was at least one thing that I said that may help you along your genealogy journey, your DNA journey, your humanity journey, your research. I'm grateful, giving all honor to all of my ancestors, known and unknown. Much love and honor to our higher power who gives us free will to live and make choices that we will live with for eternity and for lifetimes. If you want to join our DNA community and you're on the outside wanting to get in, just send me an email. If you like my content and you want to send gifts, thank you in advance. I appreciate you. I love you. And I'll see you again on DNA and Chill. Peace and love.